Anyway.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the podcast.
What up?
So this McDonald's article says McDonald's drive-thru customer pulls a gun over missing dipping sauce for the fries. It says a McDonald's employee was working the drive-thru at a local McDonald's Thursday night and claims that a customer pulled a gun and pointed it after someone in the back seat says their order was messed up. So pretty much they didn't get their dipping sauce and they pulled a gun out on them, on the employee.
Wow.
It says police are not sure at the time if the gun was real or fake. Even if it wasn't.
I don't think
even
it
if
matters.
it was. Yeah, even if it was. Let's say you're working at McDonald's and somebody pulls out an airsoft gun. Some of those look pretty real.
Yeah.
Some of those look real enough where you're gonna be like, "Are you gonna shoot me? Are you gonna kill me?" Because if it's a BB gun or something, yeah, you could take you could get shot and not really die from it, but.
Yeah, well, most people aren't gun experts. So if someone points a gun at you, it could be a toy gun or whatever, you're still probably gonna freak out.
Because most people who do that kind of stuff, they'll even take a plastic gun and spray paint it black, so you don't have the orange tip on the gun,
Yeah.
And that could really look realistic, and especially if it's nighttime or you're in the heated situation, you're gonna be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But look at it this way: what if somebody walked into the store where you're working and just put a gun to your head? You're not gonna go, oh, that's plastic. You're not gonna feel. You're gonna you're gonna put your hands up and be like, don't shoot me.
Yeah. Either one of two things would go down. Either A, yeah, you'd freak out, put your hands up, or B, you'll start fighting, whether you get shot or not.
I mean, I always find it funny when people always say the stereotypic thing. Well, if they would have pulled a gun on me, I would have done some MMA on them. I'm like, you would not have got out of the McDonald's and started boxing them. You'd have been scared just like the other people.
I know, right?
It's always that situation. Well, I would have went out there and something to do. No, you wouldn't have. You would have been scared just like 20 other people.
Yeah. It says right here that this kid climbed through a 1-foot opening in a fence and went to the top of the World Trade Center just to take some pictures.
So he's getting arrested?
Yeah. He's already been arrested. Apparently.
So it's illegally. So he wanted to probably take an Instagram picture or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I know you got to get I think you actually got to get government documents that actually allows you to go up there. Because some professional photographer took a 360 degree panoramic picture of the World Trade Center.
Oh yeah.
And it looks really nice because they use professional cameras but they were actually at the very tip top, the highest you can get.
The other story that I read, the kid walked by a security guard who was sleeping. It was like, oh wow.
I mean, security guard jobs are probably pretty boring.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, it's not a big deal, but people were freaking out because they're like, if this kid can sneak in there, what's stopping another terrorist attack?
Well, true. I could see why people are freaking out about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing what people can do. They just, when no one's watching, they just go walk right in like nothing.
Yeah.
Or if you dress up like a security guard or a construction worker, they're not going to question you.
Yeah. That's also the thing is apparently he found one of those construction.
The hard hat.
Yeah, and put that on. But that's just the other one of the story that I read.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is he's doing it for Instagram or something well, I got to get this cool picture.
Yeah, apparently he got arrested and then he after he got arrested, he posted all the pictures on Facebook and shit.
My thing is, why would you post stuff on your Facebook? That's what probably got him caught, is posting pictures on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, if you do something illegal, why would you post it on the internet?
I read an article that Hulk Hogan, I didn't even know Hulk Hogan had a store in Clearwater, Florida, and
Yeah,
some
yeah, the
lady,
store.
yeah, it's like, you know, like when you go to like the beach and they have like those surf shops.
Yeah.
Apparently, what happens is he went to this chick went in there and stole his wrestling boots that were signed autographed by him. And you know those are going to be worth a lot of money, but
Yeah.
because they had the chick on camera, they got his stuff back. But stealing Hulk Hogan's wrestling boots is probably worth a damn lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even know he had a shop.
Yeah, me either, and I've been in Clearwater.
But I guess he lives in Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah, I remember I took some sort of boat on in Clearwater, and they drove through these like fancy uh houses, and where was like, this one here belongs to Hulk Hogan and shit.
So this George St. Pierre interview, basically he's stating that if he comes back and fights, he only wants to fight Anderson Silva. And they said since he's been away from MMA, he's actually gained a lot of weight due to muscle. So maybe that's the thing what he's doing is he's gaining all that muscle so he can actually fight at 185.
Wow. That.
I mean, even I heard Anderson Silva bring that up before, saying he would want to fight fight George St. Pierre.
I mean, I would like to see it go down, but
I don't know if that would really happen.
yeah, but I just don't know if Anderson Silva can like put on like a good fight anymore. Like,
yeah, because the article says former UFC welterweight champion George St. Pierre hasn't always been keen on talking about super fights, but is now basically talking about wanting to fight. So maybe because he's not a champion anymore and he has nothing to lose, maybe that's what he would do is just fight for the just because it's a super fight.
yeah, I mean, a lot of MMA fans would have loved to have seen that fight like 5 years ago.
I think it wouldn't be as good because back then, well, Anderson Silva lost twice, so they're gonna say, well, the fight doesn't mean as much as it would have if Anderson Silva was still undefeated.
Yeah, I think it would have meant a lot more if GSP was champion and Anderson Silva was champion.
But I think he didn't want to lose his reputation as a champion and go up and lose and then still remain champion, but you're like, well, he lost.
So in other words, you say he was a pussy?
I mean, if you look at George St. Pierre, I think a lot of his fights, he played it safe. Look at if you watch the fight with him and Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
There was chances. I watched that fight a few times. There's chances he could have like tried for a submission or tried to dominate him when he was on the ground, but he didn't.
See, but I never really liked JSP for that very reason. Like.
So, you were talking about redoing or making your own version of "Stand" by Eminem, like your version, because I heard Eminem's version, and then I heard Dennis's, what I consider Dennis's version, which is called what is it? Never Change. I think that, but it has the same feel as that song.
And both of them are pretty legit. So.
My thing, I like the Dennis version better than Eminem. I think they're both good, but I don't know. I guess Dennis's sounds more like older Eminem, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you made that statement that Dennis sounds like Eminem on Eminem's the Slim Shady LP. That's the
Yeah.
style he portrays.
Yeah, because if you listen to Eminem now, I don't think Dennis sounds anywhere close to him.
But I see your point. How you're telling me that he shouldn't be bringing it up because that's he brought it up in that his last song.
Yeah, I just know there's a lot of songs that he brings it up in. I think if he would stop, I'm not going to say that nobody would compare him, but it would probably take away all the comparisons.
I
But
think I think people in general compare him because no, I'm not saying because he's white. It's just because he's the only rapper out there that really does sound like Eminem.
but you see, Eminem's such a big. I don't know, like he's just different than like Snoop Dogg or like Ice Cube or something. So if anyone's trying to be like Eminem, he's gonna get a little bit of recognition, I guess. But the thing that's stupid is a lot of people think that he puts those videos up online of it saying like Eminem new song 2014.
So do you think you can actually make your own version and people will maybe enjoy it?
I hope so. I mean, I don't know if people will enjoy it, but I'm going to give it a attempt.
I mean, what you could do is I don't know if you ever thought about doing it, making a video of actually showing your progress of how you go from writing to creating your like beats and all that. That would be cool because you see a lot of other rappers do
Yeah,
that.
I would have to either do it on Google Plus, cause
Because what you could do is you could Google Plus it. Because if you want to do screen
yeah,
cap and screen cap your computer,
yeah,
you could screen cap it. Then it'll upload to your YouTube channel. Then all you do is you download it as an MP4.
yeah, hmm. Yeah. That's
I mean, I
probably
think
something I
maybe.
have to do.
So you were saying you get. I was reading one of your comments that you said you get sometimes some good emails from your music. So like, what have actually people really said about your music?
Well, obviously, anytime you do anything, whether it be YouTube or music, you're obviously gonna get some people who are gonna be like, "You suck," you know. But but I've had people be like, "Yo, I love this because it's hip hop and it's not about like sex and drugs." And like, this one guy commented one time and said something like, "In my day, we stayed to our color of race," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You're white. You shouldn't be rapping." And I was like, "Well, shit."
So he's basically saying if you're black, you can't be in a rock band.
Mhm. Pretty.
So what about like people like Jimi Hendrix who
Yeah.
is probably one of the best guitar players ever? What's your next gameplay video? Or are you doing? Are you putting up a vlog?
Uh. Well, I'm waiting for this game. It's called Infamous Second Son. It's already been shipped, so I just have to wait for it to get over here.
I posted on Facebook. I'll talk about it. That I think it was cool. It's by this YouTuber that's in the UK, and he's a guitar player. So basically, what he did is he went and filmed this. I guess the dude's like homeless or something, and the dude was like a homeless guy. Just those
Yeah.
street performers who play like instruments on the street,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he basically made a video off him, and the guy was like, I don't care if you make a video, whatever. And then the dude posted it on YouTube, got like $300 off the video. Then the dude that recorded the video gave the money that he made from the video back to the homeless guy and made the homeless guy a YouTube channel. And the homeless dude already has like 20,000 subscribers. And I was like, that's a cool thing to see the dude give
Yeah.
back to this guy. And then
Because
now the
because
dude's making some revenue because he was out of a job, struggling.
yeah, Because in theory, if the guy wanted to, he could have just kept recording videos of this guy, putting them on the internet, and probably making money for his own damn self.
Because he said that, and because he walked up and goes, "I recorded your video," and he goes, "Yeah, people do that." Like you could tell by his voice, like he was disgusted that people make a living off of him.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I have 5 albums. I can't sell them. No one's buying them." He had no. The guy basically had no online traffic. Like no one, you couldn't buy his music online. He had no website. So the dude was like, here's a credit card with the $400 or whatever on it. And the dude was like, "Are you shitting me?" Like you could see, like he was really like in shock that someone would give him that kind of money.
Yeah, I saw this video of a guy went into a gas station and gave the cashier like $1,000, and he said that he was going to bring a homeless man in there with a lottery ticket. The lottery ticket was obviously not a winning ticket, but he wanted the homeless guy to get the $1,000.
But I was still surprised that, because the YouTuber who did it has like, he's one of those like 200,000 subscribers, and he basically told him, because he has like a production company around him, like his friends know how to do like production and make his videos really pop. He's actually making this dude that was homeless all these high quality videos so he can upload and make decent revenue. And I was like, that's cool shit. You never see people give back. You always see popular people with money like, I ain't giving back, but I bet you that homeless dude really appreciate. And if you can find, I'll probably try to link it to you, the video. But the dude's fucking amazing on guitar, and he's like, no one knows who I am, because he had no like iTunes or YouTube or Facebook or nothing.
Yeah, and just to think about it, there was once a time where there wasn't like the internet, and you had to
bust your ass like that.
If I have a give him it, like during Christmas time, there was this dude and a girl with a little baby, and they looked like they were freezing cold and shit. And I gave them like $5, I think it was.
Because I remember when I was in college, I was walking downtown, just walking, because I went to the bank and I went to a Subway, and I remember I gave the dude like a shitload of change. It was probably like $5 or $6, and I ended up giving him my food. And to me, I was like, did I have to give him my food that I just bought at Subway? No, but I gave it to the guy because he looked like he was struggling, and just the way he looked like he was been sitting on the ground sleeping, and he was probably hungry. And I guarantee you the dude appreciated it, even though he told me I don't want it. I was like, you can have it. Did I have money to go buy a new sandwich? Yeah, I went and bought a new one, but I thought it was a good thing to give back to the dude that was struggling.
Yeah, it definitely is.
He was like, I don't want your food, and I was like, well, you can have it. And he thought, oh, okay, it's like, what'd you do to it? Because you can understand someone questioning why you just give me your food and money, but I was like, you need it because you're struggling, and I was only like, what, 25 then, maybe 24, and I was like, it's a good feeling, just to, because I felt if I was in that situation, I would want someone to give back to me.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I used to give my money to those two people all the time, until one time I gave money to this guy, and then like we drove around, and I gave money to him because he had supposedly one. His leg, he only had one, right?
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. But then, like, we drove around the corner and came back, and he had his leg taped backwards. I was so pissed, dude. I was like, what an ass.
It's like those. There was a guy in Sacramento, California. I remember when I was living in California, this dude made $1 million by panhandling. He actually would go to certain spots where he knew, like when you come off the freeway.
Yeah.
And he would do like these, like really look like he was really shaking, and he would dress really homeless, and he made all this money without being taxed.
That's the sad part about it, is that you used to be people who were legitimately homeless and shit.
Now
Now,
people do it because they don't want to work, so they go to.
yeah, yeah,
We're gonna end the podcast,
for sure.
and you can add him at NDFX on YouTube, and Nick the Cracker. Is that your other YouTube channel?
Yep, same with my Twitter. That's also with my Twitter account.
And it's his Twitter is Nick the Cracker, and you want to follow on Instagram, it's the NDFX.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys next time.
All right, peace out.
All right, later.